Would you like to know the sneaky tricks private investigators use while on surveillance? If you said yes, then this video is for you. Welcome to the PI Guide, tips, tricks, and advice for professional private investigators just like you. My name is John Morris. I am a licensed professional private investigator in Colorado. If you conduct surveillance, you already know it is difficult in today's ever-evolving world of changes. It seems that new counter-surveillance techniques and technologies are coming out almost on a daily basis anymore. Knowing some of these sneaky tricks will help you improve your success rate on surveillance. Let's just jump right in and start going through the list, folks. First thing is your vehicle. Your surveillance vehicle needs to not look like a surveillance vehicle. Most PIs today have the deepest and the darkest tint on all of their windows except the windshield. But is this the best way to go? When it comes to injury claims, be it workers' comp, slip and fall, whatever the case, the first thing most attorneys will tell their client is you will probably be surveilled at some point. The second thing is watch out for strange cars with dark tinted windows. Now, my surveillance vehicle has tinting on all of the windows except the windshield, but my tinting is just the max the law allows. I have gone away from the limo tint, the 10% over the law limit, and other tactics like that. I do use blackouts that are cut out of black foam core and fit into my windows, but I don't always use them. They do give the appearance of limo tint and can make me stand out at times. A good way to use them now would be just on the passenger side rear window and sit in the back seat with a curtain up to hide you. Then you can peek out the front and get all the video you need without drawing undue attention to your vehicle. Now here is another huge tip to help your vehicle look less threatening, folks. Do not put up a sunscreen in the windshield. I know. I have always said to put up a sunscreen and use blackouts in all side windows and curtains and put yourself in a virtual black box inside your vehicle. That technique does work in certain circumstances, but in those situations where you want to look as inconspicuous as possible, then use no sunscreen in the windshield, sit in the back seat, have a black curtain up, and only use a blackout on the passenger rear window. And you may not even need that, depending on how dark it is inside the car. Our next big sneaky trick for surveillance is simple. Keep your gear under wraps at all times. Don't let people see you sitting there holding a camera. There are so many other options besides a camcorder style camera these days. You can use a dash cam on the front windshield and one on the back window too on most vehicles. Most good dash cams have the time and the date stamping as well, GPS built in and displayed on the video. The GPS usually can give speed if moving and can show the route you took. This can be great to show as evidence as well in certain cases. I will leave a link below for the dash cam I use. Now, in full disclosure, this is an affiliate link. I do get a small fee if you buy one. The one in the link below has Wi-Fi for transferring your data, built-in GPS logger, and it comes with both a front and a rear camera in one system. Now, before I tell you one of the sneakiest tricks of all, let's discuss role playing. Always make sure whatever role you're in, whatever guise you may be using, you live that role. This can be as simple as when you follow your subject to a grocery store and go on foot surveillance. Get a cart, do some shopping, put some stuff in the cart, and act like you are shopping. Don't be that creepy guy walking around the store with nothing in your hands but your covert camera, peering up and down each of the aisles as you look for your subject. Not only will you most likely get burned, you might also get to meet the store manager or security personnel. Now, I use a covert camera like this. It shoots video out the top, and it looks just like a cell phone. In fact, it has a cell phone in it. I will leave an affiliate link below for this too. I can just get something in a box, put it in the front child seat area of my shopping cart, then I set the camera on top, and voila, it is getting video the entire time. If you are worried about it being seen by someone, put it in the regular cart area towards the front. It has a display on it so you can see what it is recording, and the lens is so small in most cases you can adjust the position so it is getting the video between the holes in the cart. If you go to a park and go on foot surveillance, play the part. Go for a walk around the park. Take your covert camera with you. Again, if it is like this one, you can just act like you are checking text messages. Set it on a picnic table or some other object and get all of the video you need. Again, don't be that creepy guy at the park, always staring at your subject and always just following them at a close distance. If they are playing with their kids, sometimes it's better to park at a distance and get what video you can with your regular camera. If they're going for a walk or a jog or something like that, I might set up my regular camera in my vehicle pointing at their vehicle and use the motion detection feature on it to start getting video when the subject returns. Then I go and I find a shady spot and I sit and I watch my subject as he does whatever he is doing with my covert camera in hand to get video when I can. I have had times when all the video I got was from my covert camera as the subject walked or ran towards me, then walked or ran past me at a park. While this is not always ideal, the client is usually pretty impressed I got anything given the circumstances. Another huge sneaky trick for private investigators on surveillance is to change up their appearance. I always have several shirts and hats. I have my regular glasses, my sunglasses, and even shorts, pants, shoes, and jackets at my disposal. Having a well-rounded assortment of clothing options to change into can help you play the role and change your appearance quickly if needed. It can also help you out when the weather suddenly changes or you follow your subject into a different climate area. Here in Colorado, that can happen very easily. I have started many surveillance jobs out on the plains where it can be 100+ degrees like it is today, then following them to the mountains where it is like in the 50s. If you're in shorts and following someone in the mountains, even on a summer day, you may stand out just a bit. Now here is a super sneaky trick I have used with a lot of success in the past. Now I don't recommend this for every injury case you get. You need to evaluate the entire situation and you need to know the answer to some important questions. First, is your subject represented by an attorney? If you don't know, then you should err on the side of caution and assume they are represented. Now, in most states, like here in Colorado, if the subject is represented by legal counsel, then you as an investigator cannot have incidental contact. Incidental contact would be something like walking past them, standing in line with them, or something like that. It also stands to reason you cannot have intentional contact either, so you shouldn't be doing door knocks or making pretext phone calls to see if they are home. That in itself is another sneaky trick you can do, folks, if they are not represented. If you do not know if they are home and you have their cell phone number, and if you can walk past their residence, this works really great for apartments, then call their number using *67 and listen for the phone to ring or for them to answer inside. But that is not the only sneaky trick you can use if they are not represented. One of the things that insurance companies like to get is comparative video of a claimant at home out doing stuff versus how do they present at a doctor's appointment. I will often, if my subject is not represented, go inside the doctor's office if I know they have an appointment. I can sit there with my covert camera and get all kinds of video of them as they check in, sit down, stand up, all the good activity we love to get on video. Now, obviously, this has limitations in smaller doctor's offices, and I only do this if I can set up a camera to get video of the subject as they exit their vehicle or enter the clinic. Then I can go in before them. This is where dash cams come in real handy. I have mine set up so I can power them off a DC power jumper box and they are recording all of the time. So I can just park in front of them in the parking lot. My rear camera can get them approaching, my front camera gets them entering, and I am set up inside to get that video. Now, does it work all of the time, you ask? Nope, but when it does, man, it is beautiful. Now, again, don't be that creepy guy walking in behind your subject with your covert camera in hand and just sit down. That never seems to work out well. If I can go in early, I just say I'm waiting for my wife and I point towards the door. Then after the subject comes in and I have gotten some video, I can leave as needed. When I did this, I play the part like looking at my watch, saying something like, I wonder if she got lost. Then I just get up and I leave. Now, go out there and be sneaky. And remember, folks, remember, stay safe out there.